They know nothing's going to happen to them. They know they're not going to be given after-school detention. They're not going to be suspended. They're not going to be expelled. Or like in the old day, they're not going to have the cheeks of their ass torn off for not doing right in class. So we have teachers that are handcuffed. We have principals that are handcuffed. And I will tell you, and I've said this many times before, we got to get to these kids before they get to me here at this jail. And so starting right now, it's a brand new day, folks. It is a brand new day where school discipline is going to be put back in place in Brevard Public Schools. We have a school board that stands behind this. We have our teachers union that stands behind it. I can tell you that our team, all the way from the state attorney, from school district security, to the principals, to the teachers, we're all tired of this disruptive behavior.
Hello? Is this white conservative Twitter? Yeah. I would like to report some suspicious behavior that I feel like you would say is a grooming, or some grooming. Grooming, whatever. A sheriff just made a reference to not only spanking students, but doing so on their butts. That's got to be, oh, you already know about that. Oh, you encourage it. Per Local10.com, days after the Brevard County School Board ousted the superintendent, plans are underway for a new school disciplinary policy in Brevard Public Schools. Members of the media were not invited to ask questions about what the district plans to do. Along with Sheriff Wayne Ivey and State Attorney Phil Archer, School Board Chairman Matt Sussin went on camera this week in front of the Brevard County Jail in Sharps, Florida, to announce plans to impose the, quote, most prolific school discipline policy this district has ever had. Why is this necessary? Why was this announced by the sheriff's office and not the school board itself? And why was it held in front of a jail? Well, maybe this answers my questions.
We need to look at school discipline. There's two avenues that somebody that's being disruptive in class goes. One is handled administratively inside the school district. That's someone that's being disruptive in class, not following the policies and the procedures that's set forth by the schools. The other is criminal activity. If you want to see the distinction between how those two should be handled, you only need to look as far south as Parkland, because what they did down there was stop handling things on the criminal side and tried to keep everything on the admin side.
It's an extension of the tough on crime thing, which does nothing. There was no reason to reference the Parkland shooting here either. Really, he could have named any mass shooting in America, or in Florida even, going back decades. Carl Robert Brown was the teacher turned mass murderer who killed 8 people and injured another 3 with a shotgun in a Miami welding shop on August 20th, 1982. Jim Jumper killed the father of and up to 6 other Seminole men and women, including his half-sister, when denied permission to marry a Seminole woman in February of 1889. Mass shootings in America aren't new. Neither is mass killings. Guns have made them easier and more efficient for students and adults alike. And Americans have a lot of guns. I guess what I'm trying to say is, these men didn't need to cite any studies or statistics to back their opinion. They just needed to blame something they don't like on something they don't like, making what they say about discipline true and justifiable to those who will just accept it. Just like calling people groomers, by the way. That's how it works, white conservative Twitter. Anyways, a recent study found that once disciplined in school, students were more likely to face further discipline or justice system involvement if they were male, black, Hispanic, disabled, or poor, even after accounting for students' conduct and other factors. The researchers found that the factors inside the school, for example, use of restorative and positive approaches to discipline, likely influence overall school safety and school climate more than factors in the surrounding environment, says the Center for Court Innovation of New York City school students. New York City? It goes on. Future arrests, however, were most strongly associated with school suspension rate rather than any demographic factor. Students in schools with high suspension rates were more likely to face later arrest, according to the study. So, these men did not say what this punitive policy would include. They're calling an emergency meeting for next week to draft the policy with the input of Archer's office, Ivy, and the teachers and school staff unions. For the sake of the students, I hope whatever they plan to do works. For Rebel HQ, I'm Jeff Wiggins. My architect knows Japanese. For more from the Young Turks, stay right here. To see additional content from yours truly, click on the Jeff Wiggins hashtag. You can also find me on my YouTube channel, We Gonna Be Alright. Thanks for watching.